name?
My name is Rabbi Lionel Rosenfeld.
And what's your title?
I'm the senior rabbi at the Western Marble Arts Synagogue, Central London, in the United Kingdom. And this is my third AIPAC.
What's going on? It sounds like you're out of breath.
Vice President Pence recently gave a speech with help from one of your countrymen.
Absolutely. I think it's well known now that Rabbi Lord Sachs, who was one of my predecessors at the synagogue before he became chief rabbi of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, was asked to help Vice President Pence with his speech that he gave to the Knesset last month, maybe 2 months ago, especially with the biblical quotes, not so much with the politics, because Rabbi Sachs isn't known for being either right or left, but he certainly helped him, and I know that for a fact. And it was a wonderful speech.
How is this administration, after its first year, we spoke originally just 2-3 months into the new administration, and you said, well, it remains to be seen, let's wait and see. 1 year later, what have we been shown?
All the presidents said that the embassy, the capital will be recognized and the embassy will be moved. And Mr. Trump, for all people say about him, has done it. Now, how can you fault that? I don't understand why every person at AIPAC, all 18,000, didn't get up on their feet and applaud. Most did, but some didn't, because they still have this ingrained liberal idea about this administration. But I have to say, it hasn't followed through yet with Iran, certainly as Israel would have wanted, but it certainly made the right noises, and it's going the right way. Especially with regard to Iran's nuclear, the deal. So I am much more confident than I would have been.
Yes.
And I look forward to more good things happening.
How is the administration perceived in Europe?
Well, I have to say then, and I don't want to be rude about fellow Americans, but Europe has this disdain for this administration. It's reflected in most of the newspapers, I have to say, with the exception of the London Times, which really understands what this administration is doing. But most of the others, lily-livered liberals, as I would call them, still hark back to President Obama and his wonderful administration, which for Israel was almost a catastrophe.
You're saying that sarcastically?
Yes, of course I'm being sarcastic. I hope you understand the English sarcasm there. As far as we're concerned, it can only have got better since this administration took over.
How about the Jewish public in Europe? What's the attitude there today?
Well, it's hard to gauge. A lot of the Jewish public in Europe are absolutely scared. I can tell you from my own personal synagogue, we have received 50 or 60 young men and women below the age of 40 who have fled Paris, Marseille, Lyon, to come and work in the UK. They don't want to be part of Paris anymore, especially Paris, with the anti-Semitism. So they have come here. We have formed a new minyan, a new Sephardic minyan, which is very strong. They don't plan to be going back. So they voted by coming here. Others stay quiet because they are genuinely scared. If you go to Malmo in Sweden, you go to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, you won't hear the Jewish voice because it's been stilled. They are so worried. And in London and in Britain, I don't think it will ever happen like that. But we're also being very careful with the new possible Labour administration led by someone who can't even pronounce the word Israel, Jeremy Corbyn. Who would have ever thought he would be the leader of the Labour Party?
And what are the prospects that they will lead?
Well, it really depends on the young people and whether they will start understanding to read a bit of history. They don't know that Corbyn was against America for so many years. He still is. That Corbyn supported the IRA, the terrorists. He is not a man, in my humble opinion, to be trusted. And although I don't want to sound political, I can't see many Jewish people voting for Corbyn. But there's a real chance that he will come in, and it's very dangerous.
What does Corbyn represent in terms of liberalism, leftism for Britain?
It's hard to judge. He is changing his tune very cleverly. The people who are advising him are to the left of anything we've seen in the last 35, 40 years in Britain. And it's hard to tell what he will do. But some of the threats he's made against the financial giants have to be taken seriously, and will definitely, people say, will cause the financial condition of Britain to regress tremendously.
What is it like for you to attend an American-Israel PAC event such as this?
Oh, that's the nicest question you've asked me so far, because AIPAC to me represents everything I love about the Jewish people. I am, unfortunately, the only UK rabbi who comes here every year. And I do it because I want to get a fix from seeing 18,000 people on their feet applauding guys from Congress and the Senate who say such wonderful things. It's very rare in Britain to have a politician speak warmly about Israel. Tony Blair did, Gordon Brown did, Theresa May is known for her support, but she's only known for it. It very rarely comes out. And here we see all the leaders of the Congress and Senate are standing side by side with Israel. It gives me such strength, and that's why I come, to take back to London, to my congregants, to my rabbis, that AIPAC is the strongest thing we have for Israel in all the diaspora.
Mm-hmm. Are there similar organizations in Europe?
Yes, there are. There's BIPAC, British Israel Policy Action Committee, but it's like a withered organ compared to AIPAC. It doesn't command the support, and we have to fight for members of parliament to come and support us. We have some very good advocates for Israel in the House of Lords. Lord Stuart Pollack is a tremendous fighter for Israel in the House of Lords, Conservative Friends of Israel. He's done amazing work over the years, and he continues to do. And with people like that, we do have a chance.